What's going on, everybody? My name is Monatui, and today I'm bringing you guys my Week 3 team builder for the PPL Division 2. If you guys don't know what the PPL is, or the PPL Division 2, the Pokemon Premier League, there will be 2 links in the description below. One will take you to the PPL YouTube, and one will take you to the PPL Twitter, so please check them out for updates regarding the PPL. Also, please check out my opponent, Amazing Chi. His link will be in the description below. Like I just said, Week 3, Amazing Chi is our opponent. He is the coach of the NewCrustle United, and his team consists of Mega Venusaur, Zapdos, Empoleon, Crocodile, Mesprit, Aromatisse, Haxorus, Mismagius, Typhlosion, and Archeops. Now, I'll get into this a little bit later, but his team is not only really scary, but his team matches up very, very nicely against my team. Everything other than Typhlosion, if brought, can be a major threat. I have a lot of things for Typhlosion that just wall Typhlosion naturally, so I don't think he'll bring it, but everything other than that can be a huge detriment to my team. Archeops can take on my Hariyama, and if it's Scarfed, it can take on my Aerodactyl. It can hit my Excadrill hard with an EQ. Things like Mega Venusaur wall almost my entire team. I have no way to really get rid of that thing for sure. Zapdos has the coverage to hit my entire team very hard. Crocodile is going to be very annoying if it knocks off some of my items. Aromatisse can be bulky, Haxorus is scary at +1, Mismagius is always spooky. It just deals with my team very nicely. As you can see here, this is my team. Manaphy, I'm forced to run Psychic for the Mega Venusaur. It's also outsped by things like Mismagius, things like Archeops, potentially Scarred Zapdos that can hit me super effective. Excadrill is taken on by the Zapdos. It's also walled decently by Mega Venusaur. Mega Aerodactyl does about 50% with an Aerial Ace to Venusaur. That's stupid and I hate it. Like, Mega Venusaur is actually one of the best things to stop my Mega Aerodactyl because they can switch in on the Stone Edge and then take an Aerial Ace and then just put me to sleep or hit me with a Giga Drain. And then after that, Tangrowth, I cannot touch it. Togetic cannot touch it. Hariyama can switch into it, but I can't really touch it back unless I'm status and I hit it with a Facade. But I'm kind of rambling about his threats and all that. I think I'm just going to get into my team, which I have built right here. We're going to start off with a very interesting Manaphy set. Resto Chesto, Scald, Psychic, Calm Mind, Rest. Hydration is kind of irrelevant, but I am running Physically Defensive, Calm Mind, because this, I think, is a set that beats almost his entire team. If Empoleon is not running Roar, then I wall it completely, or I can beat it with this. I can just Scald it, get the burn eventually, and then Calm Mind, Rest all over it. Also, Empoleon doesn't really have a way to set up unless it's running an SD Empoleon, which is weird. Apologize. His Crocodile, I can take any hit from and hit it back with a Scald. If I've already used up my Chesto Berry, I don't care if I get knocked off. I can eat up Earthquakes very nicely. Earthquake from a non-boosted Crocodile does about 35%. And also, what I love about this thing is, after one Calm Mind, I can beat the Venusaur. Meaning Giga Drain after one Calm Mind will do about 40%, and then it'll only do less and less after each Calm Mind after that. And I can live a hit from Zapdos without a Calm Mind, and then I can, well, not end then, but I can get one Calm Mind up on Zapdos, take a hit relatively well, and I can continue Calm Minding after that, because Manaphy is just that bulky. It is, especially if that's a bulky Zapdos, I'll be able to take hits even better from it, even though I think he'll bring offensive. Manaphy just deals with it very, very well. Really just everything else on his team. Mesprit, if it tricks me, then that would be bad, same with Mismagius, but for the most part, they can't really touch me. Even Thunderbolt will not do all that much. Crocodile can beat Mesprit. It beats any form of Aromatisse, whether it is Wish or it's Calm Mind, I can beat it. Haxorus, because I'm physically defensive, I can take any hit from it, even a +1 Outrage. And if he locks himself in Outrage, I can go into Togetic afterwards. Mismagius, again, if it tricks me, can be annoying, but Thunderbolt will not be doing too much to me. Typhlosion, don't even talk to me. Archeops, I can take hits very well from. So Manaphy can beat his entire team if I find the opportunity to set up, which I think I will have the opportunity to set up, because I can set up on things like Crocodile or things like Aromatisse. Even Mega Venusaur can be set up fodder. But yeah, Manaphy, big threat. different mana fee from the ones I've been running, but it will do very, very well. Also, before I keep going, I'd like to apologize if I sound a little sick. I am dealing with kind of a sore throat. It's kind of annoying, but that's fine. So that's mana fee. Next up, we are going to go with my Mega Aerodactyl, and I really wish Mega Aerodactyl could have like 8 different moves. Like instead of Tough Claws, they got like double move syndrome, because good lord. Stone Edge and Aerial Ace are things I definitely needed. Stone Edge to hit the Zapdos, Aerial Ace to hit the... what was it? It was definitely something. Mega Venusaur, duh. The Mega Venusaur, because I can 2 KO it. And then the next two, I debated very heavily between Iron Head, Aqua Tail, and Earthquake. Iron Head because it would hit the Aromatisse super effective and be able to 2 KO it. Aqua Tail because I'd be able to hit the Crocodile harder, in case he brings Intimidate Crocodile, which I think he will. Crunch, I was also debating between Pursuit, because I would like to Pursuit Trap the Mismagius potentially, or Pursuit Trap the Mesprit, either going for U-turn or just switching out. But I decided to go with Crunch just because he doesn't really have a super safe switch into a Crunch. Like, I don't think Empoleon wants to take it. I don't think he would risk me having Earthquake, so Crunch is a little bit of a better option. I apologize. So yeah, the speed, the investment I'm running, this is enough to outspeed a max speed Scarfed Mesprit. So I'll be able to outspeed a hit with a Crunch no matter what after Mega Evolving. And yeah, this thing is also a very, very big threat to his team. As you can see, he doesn't really have too many safe switch-ins. It destroys his primary wall core of Venusaur Zapdos, and after that, Aromatisse gets hit with Iron Head. Basically, it 2 KOs his entire team, bar Crocodile and bar Empoleon. Though I could be running moves to 2 KO them, and he doesn't know that, so he might be careful about switching them in. Next up, I have Rick Ross, the Hariyama. Assault Vest Guts. Now, the original set that I thought of to run with this was actually like a Spadef bulk up set, where that was also Resto Chesto with Close Combat, sorry, Close Combat, Stone Edge, bulk up Rest, but that was mainly to give me a switch into Venusaur and then something that could switch in and then beat Venusaur, which I don't have currently, but it just didn't work. Like, it took Stone Edges from Mega, Venusaur takes Stone Edges from Mega, not Mega, from Hariyama, from +6, even without Guts. It's just stupidly strong, stupidly bulky, I mean, and then it didn't really do much for the rest of my team. Like Zapdos, I could hit with Stone Edge, but it just, there were ways that could be worn down relatively easily, especially without the reliable recovery. It just wasn't super safe. So I decided to bring just regular Assault Vest, Close Combat, Stone Edge for the Zapdos, Heavy Slam for the Aromatisse, and Facade. Now, if burned or poisoned, Facade will do about 50% to the Venusaur, and that is going to be very, very useful because I'm slower. He will Synthesis up, and then I will hit him, so he will always be at about 50%. And even if I can stack my Hariyama, make sure he's at about 50%, then come in with my Mega Aerodactyl, kill him with Aerial Ace, that will be very useful. Pretty standard spread, 128 defense, 128 special defense, max attack, adamant. Pretty standard, nothing too special. I do have to be careful around this thing with the Zapdos, because the Zapdos could carry Drill Peck, which would hit me on the physical side, but I don't know, we'll see what happens there. My main switch-in will probably be Tangrowth for a little while, but next up we got Digaplease the Excadrill, we have Mold Breaker the ability, Huckleberry, Earthquake Rock Slide, this hits his entire team, and then we got Swords Dance and Stealth Rock. So I needed a Stealth Rocker, I want to have Hazards up, weaken that Zapdos, get chip damage on the Venusaur, damage on pretty much anything else is very nice, break potential sashes. And I don't really need Iron Head. It would be nice to hit the Aromatisse harder, but Aromatisse can't really do anything to me, and I 2 KO it with Earthquake anyway. If I have the Swords Dance up, I can set up I can set up Swords Dances on it as well, so I didn't really need Iron Head. So that's why I have that. Also, with Swords Dance, I will be able to hit the Venusaur harder. God. Sorry if there's a lot of editing. I'm coughing and choking on oxygen. Anyway, Swords Dance. I can potentially set up on the Mega Venusaur as well. Because of my spread, as you can see here, I have a lot of special defense. I'll be able to take 2 Giga Drains from the Venusaur and be able to hit back with +2 Earthquake, which will do from about 66 to 70%, which would make me pretty happy because I fucking hate that Venusaur. Also, with the Aqua Berry, I will be able to take under half from Zapdos' Heat Wave if it is offensive, and I'll be able to take 2, one with the Aqua Berry, one without if the Zapdos is not offensive. The speed investment that I have is to outspeed a Zapdos that is uninvested, plus a little bit more in case he decides to run a little bit of speed on it. And again, the rest in Spadef, that way I can take the Heat Wave as best as I can. I can take on the Aromatisse a little bit better. Also said I switched around a lot. Originally this was my Rapid Spinner, but I decided I needed both Swords Dance and Stealth Rock, and that's why this is here. Now, as you can see on my team, I have 2 flying types, something weak to flying, and then something that gets hit by Heat Wave. And now my next Pokemon also gets hit by Heat Wave, but because of the spread I'm running on it, being max special defense, Assault Vest, I will be able to take under half, about 45% from a Heat Wave, hit it with a Rock Slide or Knock Off, and then switch out. This is also the 45%, that's if he is offensive. Giga Drain for stab and to get my health back over time, Knock Off to knock off items as well as hitting them Smagius, Rock Slide like I said for the Zapdos, and Earthquake for the Empoleon. This thing is going to be an excellent bulky pivot for me. I can switch into almost anything bar the Mega Venusaur, take hits, get off a little bit of damage, and then just switch out, get my Regenerator back. It's going to be a pretty good stop to the Zapdos, even though I can't stop the Volt Switch with it. It will be able to take it very well, and then I can switch out and get more Regenerator back than I've lost from the Volt Switch. It's just a very good Gloomon. It's also, I haven't brought it the past 2 weeks, so you might not be expecting it this week. It just matches up very nicely against his team, and it can also take a +1 Outrage from Haxorus. It takes on the Crocodile very, very well. Miss Magius, unless he has Will-O-Wisp, can't really do anything to me because of my Assault Vest. I can knock it off. I don't think he's Ring of Typhlosion, and Archeops I can take any hit from. So again, very, very, very nice Pokemon to have. Very bulky, very hard for him to get. It's going to be hard for him to take down. Also, another big reason I have Rock Slide on this, not just to hit the Zapdos super effective, but if I can pop a Charty Berry that he's running, that'll be very, very nice for my Mega Aerodactyl. So, there's that. Next up, my last Mon, I have Cupid the Togetic. Now, this is a Mon I was kind of iffy about bringing originally, but as I filled out the other 5, I realized I kind of needed this. This is my best stop to Haxorus, regardless of what set it is. If it is banded and hits me with a Stone Edge or a Poison Jab, I can go right out in my Excadrill. If he is a Dragon Dance set, I will take 1+1 Adamant Life Orb Stone Edge. I can hit it with a Dazzling Gleam or a Thunder Wave. It can paralyze almost everything on his team, bar, I believe, Zapdos and Crocodile, and the ability to paralyze things is going to be super useful for me. If I can paralyze the Venusaur, and maybe get a little bit of hacks with it later, that would be awesome because I hate that Venusaur. If I can paralyze the... this is my team. If I can paralyze the Mesprit, I can make sure that my Excadrill outspeeds it. He can't knock off my Aqua Berry, things like that. Haxorus, again, if that thing is slow, it's a liability. Same with Insmagius, same with Archeops, same with everything else. Yeah, and like I said earlier, I can take 1 Sludge Bomb and I can paralyze the Mega Venusaur, which I think I will do. I think that's a trade worth it for me, just because having that thing paralyzed means I can hit it hard with Facade, and then if he gets paralyzed once, I'll be able to knock it out, and that's going to be very important. Also, with it being paralyzed, I can set up a little bit more safely with my Manaphy, because again, 1 paralysis means 1 more turn of Calm Mind. So yeah, that's the entire team. Defog also, hazards, they're bad, get rid of them, on my side at least. So this is the team. I spent a lot of time building this team. I spent multiple days testing and changing sets and going back and forth. I went from a team that looked completely different to this to a team that is now this. I'm pointing at the screen with a comb, by the way. Shout out to combs. So there's that. Yeah. Like I said earlier, everything on his team can be a threat. Everything bar Typhlosion is really scary, and he can bring any combination of 6 and still put up a very good fight, because his team just matches up very, very, very well, and it's pretty spooky. But that is the team builder. I'm really looking forward to this battle, though. I think it's going to be a very big challenge. We've had 2 big wins so far, but I'm really looking forward to putting myself to the test here. I think he and I are going to have a very long, drawn-out battle, but I really look forward to it. Anyway, I've kind of rambled on for a while, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you're excited for the battle, be sure to check that out the day after this is uploaded, and if you want to follow the PPL Twitter and YouTube for more updates, then please do so. Their links are in the description below, and have a nice day, everyone.